welcome back to the deep dive. Usually on this show, we're sort of in the business of construction.
Building things up.
Exactly. We take a stack of books, a heavy research paper, whatever, and we try to build something, a mental model, or we stack up facts to get a better handle on things. We're trying to add to the toolkit.
That is the usual mandate, yeah. More information, better synthesized.
But today,
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing a demolition project.
A demolition project, I like that.
I have a source here that doesn't want to add a thing. It feels like it wants to tear the whole house down.
That is a very, very apt way to put it. It's a subtraction project.
The source is called The Architecture of the Unfound Knower. And honestly, when I first looked at it, I was annoyed. It's not a book. It's not an essay.
Not at all.
It's barely a page long, it looks like. I don't know, like a recipe card. Or maybe lines of code.
It is code, but it's source code for your own consciousness. And I think your annoyance is actually the perfect place to start. This text is designed to be a little bit confronting. It's not here to tell you a nice story. It's an algorithm. And it challenges you to run a very specific experiment to answer a question we almost never ask.
And that question is basically, do I exist? Which, for the record, feels like a ridiculous question. I mean, I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm holding the microphone.
Right.
I had coffee this morning. Of course I exist.
Well, you exist, certainly. Something is happening. But the question this text asks is a bit more specific. It asks, is the you that you think is running the show?
The manager in my head.
Exactly. The protagonist of your life story. Is that actually a real thing? Or is it a ghost?
See, that is where it gets a little sci-fi for me. It sounds like we're about to, into the Matrix.
It's deeper than the Matrix, because in the Matrix, you still have a body in a pod somewhere.
Right, there's still you.
This text suggests that if you look for the self closely enough, you won't find a body in a pod. You won't find anything at all.
Okay, that is terrifying. But the source frames this not as some philosophy lecture, but as a practical tool. A way to find a gap in perception. So I want to test this. I would be the guinea pig today.
I think that's the only way to do it.
I want to walk through this algorithm line by line and see if it holds up or if it's just, word games.
You can't just read this text. You have to execute it.
All right, let's load the program. The text starts with a setup. Step 1, sit still, eyes open.
And already we have a deviation from the norm.
Oh, totally. Yeah, usually when people tell me to go inward or meditate or find myself, step 1 is close your eyes.
Block out the world.
Block out the world. Go to your happy place.
Mm.
This text is specifically commanding. Eyes open. Why?
Because closing your eyes is a form of escape. It's creating a boundary between in here and out there. You're trying to build a private little sanctuary inside your skull.
It's a safe space.
A safe space. And this text isn't interested in safety. It's interested in reality.
So it wants the chaos involved.
It demands it. If you close your eyes, you're engaging with your imagination. If you keep your eyes open, you are engaging with what is actually happening. The visual field, the desk, the window, your messy bookshelf, that is all part of the data stream.
Okay, so I'm sitting here, eyes open. I'm looking at my laptop. I see the light blinking on the recording equipment. And then comes the second instruction, which is where I immediately hit a wall.
And what's that?
Notice sounds, sensations, thoughts. Don't fight them.
Don't fight them.
That is advice 101, right? Just let it be. But let's be real for a second. It feels impossible. I sat down to try this morning. I'm sitting there, eyes open, and outside my window, there was this guy with a leaf blower.
Oh, no. The archenemy of peace.
Exactly. And he's just revving it. Vroom, vroom. And my immediate reaction wasn't, oh, a sound. My reaction was, I hate this. Why is he doing this now? I'm trying to focus. I wasn't noticing the sound. I was fighting it with every fiber of my being.
Oh.
So did I. I feel the experiment right there.
No, you just found the first data point. This is the nuance people miss. The text says don't fight them. But when you do fight them, because you will, that resistance is just another thing to notice.
Wait, explain that.
You have the sound of the leaf blower. That's input A. Then you have the thought, I hate this. That is input B.
Okay.
Then you have the physical sensation of your jaw clenching. Input C. The fighting is just more data.
So I'm not supposed to try to stop fighting?
Well, if you try to stop fighting, you're just fighting the fighting.
Okay, now I'm getting a headache.
Think of it like a weather station. Does a weather station get angry when it rains?
No, it just measures the rainfall.
Exactly. It doesn't say, this shouldn't be a thunderstorm. It just records wind 40 mile 4, pressure dropping. The text is asking you to become that weather station.
Ah.
The sound of the leaf blower happens. recorded. The thought, I want to yell at him,
Wow.
recorded. The itch on your nose, recorded. It's all just weather.
So we are flattening everything. My profound thoughts about the universe and the itch on my ankle are just equivalent blips on the radar.
Precisely. They are all just objects appearing in the space. You don't have to curate them. You don't have to fix them. You just let the stream flow.
Okay. I can sort of get into that headspace.
Yeah.
I'm the weather station, sitting here, eyes open, leaf blowers going, thoughts are buzzing. I'm just watching the ticker tape. Now, we get to the pivot. This is where the text turns the camera around.
This is the critical move.
The instruction is, ask silently. What knows this?
Stop there for a second. What knows this? This is
Yeah.
a very specific linguistic tool. Up until this moment, your attention has been 100% focused on the objects.
The sounds, the sights.
The thoughts, right. This question forces a U-turn. It forces you to look for the subject, the knower.
Okay, so I did this. I asked, what knows this? And my immediate answer, the answer that just screams at me is, me. I know this.
Right. And who is I?
Well, me.
Yeah.
The guy sitting here, I can feel myself. I'm right here behind my face. It feels like there's a center of gravity. Like a dense little ball of consciousness right in the middle of my head, behind my eyes. That's the knower. That's the manager.
Okay, this is perfect. You've located a sensation, you feel a pressure or a density behind the eyes, and you're identifying that as you.
Yeah, that's me.
But apply the logic of the text. Notice sensations. You are noticing that pressure behind your eyes right now.
Yes, I can feel it.
If you can feel it, then it is an object in your awareness. It's something you are looking at. So it can't be the thing looking, can it?
Whoa. Hold on. Give me a second.
Take your time. This is the crux of it.
Okay. So I feel the pressure. I am aware of the pressure. So the pressure is just another piece of data. It's like the leaf blower.
Exactly. It's a sensation. It's an object.
Yeah.
So step back. Who is the one aware of the pressure?
Okay. Let me look. If I step back from the pressure, now I feel like I'm watching it from further back in my skull, maybe near the back of the neck.
Okay. You've moved the camera back. Now look at that new location. Can you find the thing standing at the back of the neck?
Well, I have a mental image of it. I can picture the back of my head.
You have a mental image. Who is seeing that image?
This is frustrating.
Keep going.
Okay, so the image is an object. Someone is looking at the image. So I try to turn around to see who that is, and I just find silence or maybe a vague sense of being alive.
And that vague sense of being alive, can you perceive it?
Yes.
Then that's an object too. Who perceives it?
I feel like I'm chasing my own tail. An infinite regress. Every time I think, gotcha, there I am. It turns out I'm just looking at another thought or another feeling. I can't actually find the thing that is doing the looking.
And now you have arrived at the instructions next line. Look for the knower as an object. You are looking for a solid entity. You are looking for the noun, the host, the driver.
Right.
And what does the text predict will happen?
It says, you won't find it. You'll only find more experiences. But that feels like a failure. In any other context, if you tell me, go find your car keys, and I come back and say, I can't find them, I just found lint in my pocket, that means I failed.
You failed the task.
I'm a bad looker.
But here, the failure is the insight. This is the architecture of the unfound knower. The fact that you cannot find a solid self isn't because you aren't looking hard enough. It's because the self isn't a solid thing.
But I exist. I'm talking to you. I'm paying taxes.
Functioning is happening. Talking is happening. Paying taxes, unfortunately, is happening. But is there a little homunculus, a little pilot sitting inside your brain pulling the levers? Or is the host just a bundle of memories, habits, and sensations that flows along?
It's the difference between a noun and a verb.
Yes, raining happens, but there is no rainer in the sky pouring the water. Thinking happens, but can you find the thinker?
When I really look, no. I can find thoughts. I can't find the thinker. And honestly, that feeling of not finding it, it's kind of dizzying. It feels like the bottom falls out of the bucket.
That vertigo is real. You're looking for ground, and you find only space.
So what do we do with that vertigo? Because if I just sit here feeling dizzy and non-existent, I'm not sure that's helpful. But the text has a specific instruction for this moment.
Rest in that. Knowing without a found knower.
Rest. That is such a loaded word here.
It is, because usually when we feel that vertigo, that lack of control, we panic. We scramble to rebuild the ego. We tell ourselves a story. I am this important person. I have these opinions.
We try to concrete over the hole. We try to find the manager again.
Exactly. We scream for the manager. But the text says, don't call the manager. He's not there. Just rest in the fact that knowing is still happening. You can hear the traffic. You can feel the chair. You can understand these words. And you are doing it all without a doer.
It's effortless.
It is completely effortless. You don't have to try to hear. Hearing just happens. You don't have to try to be. Being just happens.
The text calls this the gap. It says that gap where the seeker can't be located is one of the cleanest doors into depth.
I love that phrase, cleanest door. It's not a religious door. You don't need a dogma or a belief system. It's just an empirical check. You look, you don't find, and in that gap of not finding, there's a tremendous peace.
Why?
Because if there is no you, there is no one to be hurt. There is no one to be offended.
But here's where the skeptic in me comes back online. Because that sounds beautiful, resting in the gap, being the ocean, not the wave. But I can't live there. I have to go to work. I have to deal with Slack messages. I have to navigate traffic. As soon as I stop the experiment, the self comes rushing back.
And the text acknowledges that. That's why the final instruction is simply, do it repeatedly.
Do it repeatedly. It rewires what you mean by I.
This is the practical application. This isn't about staying in a trance state forever. It's about neuroplasticity. It's about changing your default setting.
So how does this help me with, say, burnout? Or just the overwhelming flood of emails?
Well, think about what burnout is. Burnout is the exhaustion of the manager. It's the story that says, I am responsible for all this. I need to fix this. I am not good enough. I am overwhelmed. That I is carrying 1,000,000 pounds of weight.
My I is definitely carrying that weight. It feels heavy.
Now, imagine you run this algorithm in the middle of a stressful workday. You get a nasty email. You feel the stress. That's just data. You feel the defensive thought. That's just data. Then you look for the I that is being attacked.
You look for the manager.
You look for the manager who has to solve it.
And I can't find him.
You can't find him. You find only space. And suddenly, the weight has nowhere to land. The stress is still there as a sensation, but there is no person carrying it.
That's a game changer. It doesn't make the work go away, but it removes the victim of the work.
Exactly. It rewires I from being a solid, fragile object that can be smashed into a space that allows things to pass through. You become the open window, not the glass pane. The wind blows through, but nothing shatters.
The architecture of the unfound knower.
Yeah.
It started as a demolition project, but I guess if you tear down the walls, you get a lot more open space.
And a much better view.
So we've walked through the code, sit still, eyes open, don't fight the data, ask what knows this. Look for the object, fail to find it, and rest in that failure.
It's a loop. You run it, you forget, you get stressed, you run it again.
I have to say, even just talking through it, I feel a little lighter, a little less solid.
That's the gap opening up.
Before we sign off, we usually try to leave the listener with a final provocation, something to take this idea and push it into their actual life. What's the so what for the person listening to this on the subway right now?
Well, we've been talking about this text as an experiment you do, but I want to suggest that the experiment is actually running right now, whether you like it or not.
How so?
Right now, there is a voice in your head. It's my voice and your voice. The listener is hearing these words. They are parsing the meaning. They are probably having thoughts like, this is interesting, or this is crazy, or I need to get off at the next stop.
Right. The stream is flowing.
So, listener,
Yeah.
Who is listening? Don't think about the answer. Look for the location of the listener. Are you inside the headphones? Are you inside your ears? Or is this conversation just appearing in a vast, open space of awareness?
If you can't find the one listening, then who is going to press stop?
That is the question.
That is going to keep me up tonight.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Hopefully in a spacious way.
Thank you all for diving deep with us today. This was a weird one, but I think a necessary one. Try the code, run the algorithm, see if you can find the ghost in the machine. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.